What's up, guys? Dr. Joey Seaforth here, physical therapist, athletic trainer, and strength conditioning specialist, and owner of Comeback Performance and Wellness. My background includes years of sideline coverage from youth to collegiate level sports, and I've also worked with professional baseball athletes. Comeback Performance and Wellness serves the Denver baseball community by helping baseball athletes eliminate pain, optimize throwing mechanics, and maximize potential. This is done by taking videos of the athlete throwing, breaking down their throwing mechanics, and making a specific game plan for them to reach their goals. I also offer remote programming for those athletes outside of the Denver area. Comeback Performance is unlike any other physical therapy practice, as it specializes in the transition from traditional physical therapy to the playing field by bridging the gap between rehab and performance. This is not a cookie cutter program where I'm giving you little banded exercises. The goal is to address the why behind the pain or injury in the first place and eliminate it for good. Most individuals that go to traditional physical therapy have goals to return to their prior level of function or their baseline. The problem with this is the rehab program stops and is not able to progress past that. This is where Comeback Performance and Wellness differs from other places and gets you back to your best self. Let me show you. At Comeback Performance, there's 4 phases to rehab: setback, foundation, baseline, and comeback. Notice how it's drawn in a pyramid here, meaning each level builds off the phase below it. The first one has to be established before you can go to the next one, and so on and so forth, all the way up to the last stage. Setback. This is the first phase of the rehab program. This is where a majority of clients will start. This can be a baseball player having shoulder pain with throwing, a CrossFitter having shoulder pain with kipping pull-ups, or insert any other individual and any other type of pain or injury. This phase entails pain, loss of strength and mobility, and not being able to do the activities that you love. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you're having shoulder pain and I told you that you had to reach your arm above your head. Before you did the motion, you told me that it was going to hurt. How would you know already that something was going to hurt before you did it? It's because you're stuck in this phase and your body's stuck in the sympathetic fight or flight mode, meaning your heart rate and blood pressure are elevated and your body senses danger. The next phase is the foundation phase, working on the fundamentals to optimize movement. This is going to look different for each client that comes in, meaning it has to be individualized to them. Let me give you an example. This is a baseball athlete that I did a throwing evaluation at the field with last week. We discovered that he had decreased rotator cuff strength, decreased single leg stability, decreased ankle mobility on his back throwing leg, and decreased T-spine mobility follow through as he was finishing. This was placing more stress on his anterior part of his shoulder. The foundation phase for him is going to be addressing all 4 of these deficits. Our next phase is baseline. This is where an athlete returns to pre-injury status. This is also where traditional therapy stops. Going back to our baseball athlete, in this phase, this is where he's going to return to pitching pain-free and not even notice that he had a shoulder problem to begin with. The last stage is the comeback phase. This is a game-changing stage in rehab. Not only is performance the main objective, but also preventing injuries and maximizing potential. This is the phase that increases velocity in a throwing athlete and increases power and strength in the weight room that's going to help them on the field. If you want your kid to be set apart, this is your phase right here. This is where everybody else stops, and this is where we can progress. My goal is to help 100,000 baseball athletes across the world eliminate pain, optimize throwing mechanics, and reach their full potential. Schedule your consult today, and let's together come up with a game plan for you to make your comeback. Remember, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.